welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the sole aim of revolutionizing the standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Temo, and I am your host with the most for tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. It is within her, which happens to be our slogan. On this particular series, we take a journey on the lives of amazing women at forefront of pageants to find out what it really takes to be pioneering women in the pageant industry. Tonight, I have an absolutely amazing guest. She is Nkhensani Shai, and she is Miss LIM Queen 2022. I'm so excited for the conversation, and I hope you are just as excited as I am. She should be joining us any second now. We are about to have a very powerful conversation with her. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. And remember that we are still the award nominated Her Majesty blog. So kindly show us some love by voting for us. That's SMSing Her Majesty blog to 35959 for us to win at the South African Heroes Awards. We're really honored to be nominated, and we can't wait to see you guys and for you guys to see us bringing it home. So please vote for us. We absolutely cannot wait to make you all proud. I am not seeing our queen, but let me just send her an invite quickly. Having a wonderful day, a wonderful evening so far. Hope you're taking something warm for this great conversation. There she is. Hello, Nkhensani.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Thanks. How are you?
I am well, thank you. You look so stunning with your crown and sash and everything. I mean, you look so stunning.
Thank you.
I feel so honored to have you here on our platform. We are so honored. And let me not waste any of your time and go straight into it. So we start things off here with a bit of an icebreaker. And our icebreaker for you is, who is your all-time favorite Miss South Africa?
Well, I didn't see that coming. But my
Like
all-time,
we play tricks on you guys. Like we keep things spicy here, so we wanna know.
but my all-time favorite Miss South Africa has to be Zosie.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be Zosie because I feel like from the moment she became Miss South Africa, a lot of people started having hope and just having the urge to enter for Miss South Africa. And the way she carries herself, it's just with so much grace, and like everything about her is amazing. So it has to be her.
Man.
Mm.
She truly made us see ourselves in her and look at our dreams as though they are all just absolutely achievable. And for
Yeah.
those that do not know who is Nkhensani Shai, please just introduce yourself and let us know what's Upuma P, Uyenzani, and why are you so stunning?
Oh, my word. Okay. For those who are wondering, my name is Nkhensani. I am 23 years old. I am from a village called Rasikororo, all the way from Limpopo. I am currently studying a BSc in geology at the University of the Free State. And I'd like to think that I'm a jack of like a lot of trades, because some people think because you're studying geology, it's so far-fetched from pageantry. So it's like, Nkhensani, like, are you sure about what you're doing? But yeah, that's who I am.
Okay, and one of the reasons why you are here on this platform is that you are the queen for the Miss LIM pageant. I mean, congratulations on being crowned.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
How did that moment feel when they called out your name, when the crown was just put on your head and the sash was just being put across you? How did that moment feel for you?
So it was a very surreal moment because, in that moment you think about all the hard work that you have put in, And I think for me,
Nice.
seeing my friends celebrating me and everyone in that room and just like screaming and shouting my name, I couldn't believe it, but at the same time, I was like, wow, sure, God, this is it. For a very long time, I had been like hesitating to enter for pageants because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it or not. And it just felt right to do it this year. And I was like, God, if you don't want me to enter this pageant, let me know. But if it's for me, please let me win. So in that moment, it was a moment of gratitude. And I remember even crying because everything just, it made sense, when everything just, it makes
Yes.
sense. So yeah.
So wait, was this your very first pageant?
It wasn't my first pageant. I have entered for pageants before, but I've never been a Miss something. So this is my first time.
Wow. So it was your first time being actually crowned queen of a pageant. Like you've placed in every other, first princess, second princess, your first time being crowned the winner.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. That is so, so amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And I think your journey is a reflection that, you know what, it does not matter how old you are. I mean, you mentioned 23 and there you were crowned, Some people could easily be discouraged and say, but maybe it's too late for me. Maybe
Yeah,
it's that, maybe this. But look, when the time is right, like you mentioned, God does make it happen.
that's true.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. So how has this title transformed you? Like how has this Miss LIM title transformed you?
Miss Lim has given me a different perspective in terms of now more than ever before, I am intentional with how I want to serve and how I want to help. And I think just being able to extend myself, even though I won't be getting anything in return, is what like Miss
Mm.
Slim has been doing for me. Above everything, this is like why the reason why I wanted to enter for Miss Slim is so that girls back at home, because the reality is where I come from, people have dreams and aspirations, but they seem so out of reach because they are confined to the village. And so they look at me and like they believe again. And so that is what I want this to do. And that is what has been happening with me being crowned Miss Slim. In as much as, some people don't really have a full understanding of what pageantry is and what actually it means when you've been crowned. So there's been a lot of like explaining, and people are even like growing to um love pageantry because I think I gave them a better explanation and perspective in terms of pageantry and what it entails. Yeah.
Wow, you are surely that hope that everybody around you needed. And out of all pageants that you could have entered, like there is numerous pageants in our country. Like, why did you choose Mr. Lim?
Yeah, that's a good question because I mean I could have just gone for Miss South Africa, but I think this is a good foundation. I wanted this so that if ever I decide to go to the big pageants, because I believe that once you become Miss South Africa, in as much as yes, right now I am a brand, but when you become Miss South Africa, then you're a bigger brand. And so I chose to enter for Miss Lim because it aligns very well with leadership skills and empowering the youth. And so I was like, no, this is something I want to enter for. And more than like the prize and the crown and the sash, just the values and the vision that the pageant has is what it aligns very well with my vision. So that's why I entered for Miss Lit.
Please remind people for what as to what LIM stands for. Because I remember when we first interviewed one of the finalists, in my head I was like
Yeah.
LIM man, Limpopo, like it has to do with
Limpopo.
that until I found out the powerful meaning behind it. And I was like, I absolutely love this pageant and what it stands for. So please just tell our viewers what it stands for.
Okay, yes. So guys, Miss Lim is not Limpopo. It's it
First
stands
of
for
all.
stands for Leaders Ignite and Manifest. Yeah.
Just listen to that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so powerful. And like you said, it resonates so heavily with what you would like to do and what you would like to do within the community.
Yeah.
So, all in all, where did your pageantry journey begin?
My pageantry journey, let me think. It'd be, was it 2016? But I had
All
no
right.
idea what I was doing. Like, I was like, no. And back in 2016, it was more of a, everybody says I'm tall, so let's just go for it and have fun.
Always
And
the case.
yeah, and I had no idea what I was doing, and even my reasons for entering back then, I feel like weren't as solid as they are now. But yeah, 2016, I gave it a shot. I didn't even place. So I took a very long break, and then I tried again in 2018. And to show you that this is something I've always had a desire for, 2018, I traveled. I'm studying in Bloemfontein. I traveled all the way from here to Limpopo. There was a fashion show and a pageant, and I just went there for that.
Okay.
I also didn't play for the pageant. And then I tried again 2019 Miss Varsity Cup, and I won first princess at Schindler's UFS. So, and now we
Hmm. Wow. And that, when you love something, like as you mentioned, you were willing, you were like, Bona, Limpopo
yeah,
is far back for this fashion show. I am willing to catch the next bus, the next
listen,
taxi. And look, you were extremely willing to go all the way for this passion, for something that is just burning within your heart. That is so amazing.
thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay. So outside of pageantry, what does a day in your life look like?
Sure. Whoa. So a day in my life during the week, I am a student and I work part-time at the university. So
Okay.
that's what I do. Wake up early, go to school every now and then. So I have you also realize, which is something I realize now since they crowned me Miss LIM, that time management is a skill that you need to have because sometimes I have interviews during the week or places where I need to go and it's like, I still want to study. And it's like you need to find the balance because I don't want to just stick to one thing. Like at the end of my degree, be like, okay, no, geology is the only thing I did. I feel like
Yeah.
that's, you know. So yeah, I am studying and I'm working. So that together with time management has just made me realize that like you need to be very intentional and that it is possible to do more than just study, because I believe that it also helps you in developing your skills for the outside.
Mm.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Oh wow, that is. I think I take from that the time management factor because look, you wear many hats in a day. You need to be Kensani, the student, Kensani, the employee, and at the same time Kensani, the queen. So look, I totally, totally understand what you mean when it comes to stretching yourself and truly just giving your utmost best.
Yeah.
So pageant girl to pageant girl, ne?
Mm-hmm.
Pageants are expensive. Let
Woo!
us get that out of the
Girl.
way. Let us be frank about it. Let us be honest. From the
Yeah.
dresses to the hair to the makeup, look,
Mm-hmm.
everything else in between, right?
Yeah.
How would you encourage somebody from a lower economic class to be part of pageants? Because I think most people look at them and they're like, "Ooh, can I afford that, so
Yeah.
how would you encourage somebody from a lower economic class as to how they can go about entering pageants, and what are some of the tricks that one could get away with when it comes to entering pageants?
Okay. So I think the first thing to realize is you shouldn't be scared to put yourself out there.
Yes.
Even with Miss Lim, we did have to raise funds and do charity work, but in specifically talking about raising funds, it's a task that you underestimate until you actually are close to the deadline. Because you're like, I haven't raised anything at all. Um, so my advice to people would be that don't be scared to reach out and don't just reach out to one person. And you
Mm,
need to have your facts in order. Like if you approach someone who's in business, always have that mentality. If you want them to help you, how can you maybe also meet them halfway? For example, if it's, I'm going to use Mug and Bean, for example, you go there and you're asking for funds. Maybe you can in return advertise their business so that more people can go there, and that way they gain income as well. So it's a win-win situation, because not everyone is willing to just give you money and they're not getting anything in return. And also to do research. There are people that are very generous with their money. They will give you money as long as you have a proposal or a letter that stipulates exactly what it is that you're doing, so that they have a better understanding, because not everyone understands what pageants are for and why they have to be done. So I think those are some of the most important things. And I think people in lower classes don't realize that because they are not well informed. And I think that's something I'd like for them to know, to be well informed that yes, you might not have the money. Trust me, I didn't have all the money, but having people around that I can ask for money really helped a lot. And it's not just family members alone or friends. Like I said, don't be scared to reach out. It forces you to go out of your comfort zone. It really does.
So true. And I think while you're speaking about that, I'm just imagining somebody from a low class, environment, and literally there's that one outfit, like at home, ne? Like if you aren't, I think every African home, this is a thing. There's clothes there Sunday, there's clothes there during the week, and all those things. So I think as a pageant girl, you take that Sunday outfit, your nice dress and whatever, and then let's say, like you say, I go to Mac and Bean and I speak, and I want to really just put myself out there to get a sponsor, right?
Yeah.
I have the outfit, I have it there. How do I silence the fear on the inside of me that I can actually do it? Because now you're gonna be speaking to a manager. You get to Megan being like, I want to, can I please speak to your manager? Because that's the most relevant person that will help you get through
Mm,
with what you would like to achieve. So
yeah.
yeah, how would you to motivate, young girls and say this is how you should, have the confidence and sort of suppress the fear of speaking whenever you're faced with challenges where you have to really just seek sponsorships and sell yourself?
Um, I think you need to know your weaknesses and your strengths, right? And so take it from there. I know with me, speaking is one of my strongest traits. So whenever I have to approach a manager, not that it comes naturally, but I just gel
Yes.
in with them and I find it easy. So what I would advise them to do is, if they feel like they can't like necessarily be verbal about what they need help with, have
Mm,
it in writing and then get to the manager and tell them that I think all of us have some sort of like basic understanding of English, because that's like, the language that we use to communicate. So if you
okay.
have it in writing, then it puts you like, you dress properly and you take your letter, because that's what most of us did while we were semi-finalists for Miss LIM. You go to the manager and you present your letter, or you ask the organizers or the directors of the pageants to draft you a letter. So that way you just go there with the letter, and the manager or whoever is responsible can help you with that. Like what we did when we had to raise funds, I spoke to one of the managers at Spur, and we did raising funds. We were raising funds there, and what I did was, it was a group of ladies, but not all of them had to speak, which is another thing
Mhm.
I liked about the pageant Miss LIM, because we were working together in a group. So sometimes it's better to work
Really?
in a group. So we had, group work, teamwork. That way it helps you. You are raising money, but there is someone who was like the spokesperson. But in moments when you don't have someone, but in moments when you don't have someone to be the spokesperson, a letter is one of the best things that I think you can do for yourself.
I'm laughing because I'm picturing like there's five of us there at
spur or at whatever place that we're going to see spot. I'm just like, hey, spokesperson, it's your time now. Do the things, do the things. No, but well answered, well answered. And I think you would agree with me that it's also our responsibility as, people who enter pageants to really just make sure that our people are educated. I think you mentioned that one of the issues that people are not yet educated enough about how many opportunities are available and at their disposal. So I believe it's also queens like yourself to go back and be like, you know what? Here am I. I'm a queen, and I made it by doing one, two, three, one, two, three. I didn't have it all together, but look, take my story and run with it. Made my story be, you know what, a testimony
Yeah,
to you guys that you too can do it as well.
that would be so much better because I feel like so many people are sitting back with information. It's like if you share
Mm.
information on how you actually got to the top, it would be so like it would make everything so much better and other people
Right?
wouldn't have to struggle as much as you did, you know. So yeah, I think we need to do a lot more of that.
Definitely, we have work to do. We have work to do. So, what do you think is the relevance of pageants in this day and age?
Sure. I think pageants will forever be relevant, especially now seeing how they are really evolving. I like the fact that they're evolving and it's not just confined to like a specific kind of beauty. So they're evolving and you can even see with like Miss South Africa, they're evolving like people that have children, so I think pageants are becoming more and more relevant. Also because it just gives you a voice and you are also able to speak for those that do not or cannot rather speak for themselves. And to if ever you are someone who's interested in helping out in the community, in pageants, you have that level of accountability. You are miss something. So then you are accountable to
Mm.
a brand. So you can't just sit back and do nothing. So I think it's very relevant because you can really see the difference that's been made through pageants.
Oh, powerful, powerful, powerful. I couldn't agree more. And I just wanted to ask you, right, with your crown, with your sash, with your reign, what are the changes that you are hoping to bring into your immediate community?
So with my crown and my sash, I I don't know, like whenever I'm gonna speak about like back home now. Whenever I'm home, it just feels very like, you know, when you are in an environment and it's very heavy. And I'm just like, these people are not ambitious, and I want them to have that. And I
Mm.
realized that these are some of the things that I've been thinking about over the past few days, that it would be amazing to open like sort of like a club or an organization where people can utilize their skills to make their life better. And that's something I'm
Mm.
looking into, like eventually maybe like towards the end of the year when school isn't as hectic, I want to plan something that will include the whole community. Maybe some want to go to university and they don't know how to go about it, and I want to be that, you know, that
Yes.
bridge. Okay, like okay, I'll be able to help you. You find that some people are very intelligent, they just need to apply for a bursary. So those are some of the things that I would like to do with my search and my crown, because in the past I did have those ideas, but sometimes people don't listen to you when you don't have a crown and a sash.
Mm.
So those are some of the things that I'd like to do. And eventually in the future, I see myself building an orphanage home back at home, firstly. Maybe I'll have a couple of like different orphanages around the country, but to really just help people without parents, those that are ill and do not have people to take care of them. And so, yeah, I hope it all goes well.
Wow, that sounds so, so amazing. And I just want to say, as you're answering and speaking, you should just see how the hearts are just going off there on the side. I'm just looking at like people showing you love, and everybody is just so proud of you. And wow, you are truly a queen. Like, goodness. And I want to challenge you. You mentioned how, you'd like to be that bridge between high school students and, varsity, and just making sure that they have the ambition. So with regards to that, by the time you go home in December, applications will be closed. That's the reality. When you
Yeah.
go home during your short break in September, October, like legit, maybe just start contacting the school nearby or the school you went to and ask for like 10 minutes to speak, and really just speak life into those people and make them aware that applications are closing and stuff like that, so that you know what, we don't come from communities and it's spoken about as like a, let's say they ask and say like, yo, namaz Nkhensani Shai, and everybody's just like looking onto you and up to you, but there's nobody other person that's coming after you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that as you rise, that you rise with others as well in the process.
Mm.
So look, don't take it for granted. Sometimes in the midterm break that you get in September, in October, go visit a school, go visit any place, and make sure that there's many more graduates from your community that actually just have made it in life as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. So we have a signature question here on Her Majesty organization, and that question is, Ken Karwa Yiti. So why do you seem like you know
I
it already? The way you're just
don't know.
smiling, like
I
you're
wouldn't
prepared,
know.
it's like you're ready. But the signature question is, what does beauty mean to you?
Hmm. Yeah, that is a tough one. Um, I firstly, beauty is subjective. And in my opinion, I think beauty is being fully confident and assured in your skin and just your whole being. And I know that we don't always feel beautiful. Like I know that for sure. But
Truth be told.
being able to constantly go back and remind yourself that you are worthy, and your own standard, your standard of beauty doesn't have to be defined by what you see on TV or what you see around
Mhm.
you. And so for me, beauty is just being comfortable or being really assured in who you are, in your skin, every detail of who you are. So yeah.
Well answered, like a top five queen
Oh,
that's just about to take her crown and her sash. And look, thank you so much for that profound response. It has been such an honor having you here on our platform. Thank you so, so much for sharing yourself with our lovely viewers.
thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. You represented the LIM brand well. Like, look, they couldn't have chosen a better queen. You
Are
have
they here?
really just spoke your heart. And hello to Theron. Oh, guys, we also had her on our platform as well,
Hi, Ron.
darling. Yes. And hello to everybody who's been showing her love and who's just been commenting. Look, um, Black Betsy says beautifully put, and I couldn't agree more. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening further, and thank you so much
Thank
for a
you so
lovely
much.
conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's only a pleasure. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
There you have it. And there you have it, people. What a queen. What a queen. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Her Majesty. I think you can exit by clicking on the cross the corner there, my love.
Yes,